Do you want a nugget of truth to start out your day? If so, you have come to the right place. Here we give you a devotional power boost to the beginning of your day and pray that God will bless you as He sees you on your way. Welcome, and so glad you have joined us for yet another daily devotional on Praying with a Mission. I am reading from Amazing Answers to Big Bible Questions. Today we are going to be studying, does God expect us to live with a physically abusive spouse? Our Bible verse today is found in Ephesians 5, verses 28 and 29. Husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own self, but nourishes and cherishes it. It's very sad that violence occurs in so many Christian homes. Statistically, it is almost always the husband abusing the wife, but it can also happen the other way around as well. And there are many different ways families violence happens between physical abuse, emotional, and sexual. Physical abuse often happens in combination with the types of abuse. When we violate another person by hitting, kicking, slapping, pushing, beating, or other forms of mistreatment, we defile them as human beings created in God's image. Sometimes Ephesians 5 verses 22 is quoted to keep wives to stay in an abusive relationship. Wives, submit to your husbands. The part that gets left out is, as to the Lord. So also this passage is looked over. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. Verses 25. It is in violation of Christ's principles for a husband to dominate his wife, submitted to a physical assault to her or her children. Unfortunately, there are times when a marriage deteriorates to a point where physical abuse calls for a separation. Physical harm can be life-threatening, and it is a serious problem that demands immediate attention. The spouse and family members who have been physically abused must find a safe environment in which to live. Both husband and wife need to seek professional help through a qualified Christian marriage counselor. The goal is healing relations, but that might not be reached in some of these cases. It is in harmony with Christ's principles for a spouse to seek a safe place and not live under physical abuse. Churches should be seen as havens of refuge and not be quick to question a person, typically a woman who is struggling to be faithful in a marriage but is living under such cruelty. Some communities provide domestic violence shelters that give space and time for healing. Let us help those who are suffering from abuse and not ignore the problem. If you have enjoyed this devotional, then please look around and find the like button and give it a friendly tap on the shoulder. Put a comment down there and tell me which part of this devotional was your favorite, which part you got out a good nugget that you can take throughout the day, and just consider subscribing, because the more the merrier, and God's family is not a small family. So if you would love to join us in this adventure of Praying with a Mission, check out what we have below. There are many other options, and see you around.